Welcome one, welcome all to another C-List Sundays. This is Big Bad Evil Man, Evil Fett, and my best friend, Villainous Red. Sorry we were off last week. I wasn't feeling well and Red wasn't feeling well, so we kind of took the weekend off. But we're both back feeling better. I'm maybe 40% better, but that's beside the point. We're here to do the show for you, not for us. So here we are, guys. Here we are.
I actually pooped hard today. I got the soft serve and I got the what do you call it? The hard logs. So it's
wonderful news to hear. Wonderful news to hear.
Pretty good.
And we got some great sound effects that we're going to be using tonight. So get ready for some slapstick humor too. So there we go.
Darkness,
we got
everybody! Everyone, darkness is ready!
So anyways, we got a good show for you tonight. It's going to be a little different. We're going to throw some stuff at the wall and see how it sticks because we weren't really prepared because we were working with our little bit of a slapstick humor kind of voice over stuff. So we were working on that more than we were on the show.
What was that? Improv.
That's what we're going to do today. We're going to improv. And we're going to start the show off with Marvel movies. I have a problem with like superhero movies nowadays. I know everyone has their own opinion on it, but I think they're kind of going downhill. I think they're just chugging them out because it's cheap IP for Disney and DC to do this, or I should say Disney and Warner Brothers to do this. And they're not really focusing on the IP that they have from the comic books. They're just throwing stuff at the wall like we are and see if it sticks. And so far, nothing's really sticked for a while. I think if you're going to ask my personal opinion, the last great superhero comic book adaptation movie was the very first Conan the Barbarian. And later on was I just had a brain fart. Jesus Christ. All these shots in my head are really effing me up. The first Hellboy. And other than that, I haven't really seen a great superhero movie since that.
You're not going to count like Howard the Duck.
I'm not going to count Howard the Duck because Howard the Duck wasn't really made as quote unquote a superhero movie. It was made as Howard the Duck. So it was more that than him having superpowers. He's not saving the world, but mainly superhero movies save the world from some traumatic villain or some
there was a villain, but do you think that Howard the Duck kind of falls in the kid movie category?
I think it falls in the kid, even though I liked it very much so because the character Howard the Duck was still one of my, if not top 5 superheroes that I love. And the fact that it was filmed in San Francisco at the planetarium, and knowing that I've been there hundreds of times and Howard the Duck was filmed there, that boosted it up on the Mike level of I loved it. So, but a superhero movie it was not.
But there was brief nudity in the Howard the Duck movie. So you're still saying it kind of is still a children's movie, but
but in the comic book, Howard the Duck is a lover too. So I mean, it kind of went par for the course. I mean, there was some source material that was being used there.
Okay, and George Lucas, he's had some implied nudity in a couple of his earlier movies, and
yeah,
it's cool, but
and still has Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, in today's day, I mean, when you see Howard the Duck, that stuff gets edited out when it plays for TV. Right. Even though it's a female duck, not a human, but they still show Leah Thompson in her nightgown in bed with Howard the Duck.
Right. But I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like the DC movies and the Marvel movies are they're just chugging them out, and I don't know if they're going to get better or it's just going to get worse. I think if you have such a great IP, you should use some source material a little better than willy-nilly. I think. I think only thing that turns me on anymore is is the DC cartoons, and I said this 100 times. They're not as good as they were or
Well,
have.
most likely because of the whole transfer over to from AT&T to Warner Brothers slash what's the new thing that we had? Discovery owns them now.
Yeah. Discovery TLC, I think it's called, something
Yeah,
like that.
to get back on your idea there, where is they are watering down I guess the IP, their renditions of the uh, the the books that we love to read, but I think Marvel still is on the path, even though they made some changes to their IP in order to fit the current, I guess, way things are in the real life. When it comes down to DC, it, it started with I don't know, maybe Joel Schumacher's Batman, where it got really stupid and away from the source material.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, let's turn this shit out. Turn this shit out. We'll see what sticks in the wall.
Exactly. That's how I wanted to start this whole thing. Exactly what you just said. Just let's chug this stuff out. Let's chug this stuff out, and
you have a couple bangers in there, and then Nolan's Batmans were awesome to me. Even though it kind of changed some of the source material, definitely the WB cartoons during the '90s were kept my childhood great.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the cartoons one that held it together more than the motion pictures. Yeah, absolutely. The cartoons held it together.
Yeah,
I mean, I think last year at Comic-Con was the first year that I didn't. Well, because we were doing some other stuff together, Red. That there was the first year that I didn't wait or anticipate the new DC movie that always comes out that they show before it's released months and months ahead. That's the first year I can't count how many years that I didn't watch. And I watched it was a Green Lantern movie, and I watched it on Netflix. But
the Ryan Reynolds one?
No, the cartoon. Every year in SDCC they release the comic book. A comic animated movie there at SDC, and this last year was the first year that I didn't watch it because I forgot what we were doing, but that's first year.
We were at least year 3 in the pandemic, and then we had a writer's strike. So the writers.
But no, you're not understanding. It actually debuted there at SDCC, I didn't see it.
Fun stuff. We were
doing fun stuff, exactly. And that was the first year I didn't sit down and watch the movie because usually I do that.
We were doing fun stuff.
we were doing fun stuff. I don't know what we're doing, but we missed it. So, yeah. So,
I mean, we saw everything else that was there to offer during the whole thing. Plus the fact that there was a writer's strike, so we didn't get to see any actors there. So maybe I think Marvel and DC didn't have any of their usual suspects of people promoting the shit that they're supposed to come out with, and maybe when we decided our schedule for that weekend was like, it doesn't look like that there was going to be anything big.
No, I think we were. I think we went out to eat that night, and then we didn't get back to the convention.
I had to introduce you to the man who is now one of your good friends. It's the guy co-creator of the
Comic Capsule.
Of this wonderful invention, and sometimes you have to make a little bit of sacrifice in order
and it was a great sacrifice. I'm so happy to meet Double L. I think Double L is great. Miss So. What kind of pizza were you ordering, Miss So? I'm curious because I'm not a big pizza fan, so I'm just curious what kind of pizza that you like. And since you're in Chicago, is it a deep dish or is it a Detroit deep dish or is it flat or what? Well, that went over like a ton of bricks.
A deep dish.
No, it's Chicago deep dish. Chicago's famous for their deep dish.
I know. Well, is it Detroit as well?
Detroit has a little spicier taste and a caramelized corners. I thought. Now don't just Domino's. Hey, what's wrong with Domino's? Domino's is fine.
You get a free pizza on the app.
Yeah,
you order through the app. You get the emergency pizza.
It's the Costco of pizzas.
I don't know. You're gonna have to get this one, man. You just
disqualified. Disqualified.
He said Costco pizza. Costco's pizza is ranked at least mid for me, and then below that is probably Little Caesars, Round Table,
Mountain Mike's. Can we keep naming them?
Mountain Mike's is
okay.
Along with Pizza Hut and
Pizza Hut, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm a pizza snob because I'm as well as be expected, Miss So yeah, thank you for your kind words. And Red is doing good. Look at him; he's on fire already. So yeah, I'm kind of rolling around on a hot.
He's on fire.
Well, we did get a scare from Mike earlier in the week, and luckily he's getting medicated for it. So yeah,
medicated for it. Yeah, I'm getting medicated for it. I'm seeing my neurologist on Thursday. That's that. No, I'm not a big pizza fan, so pizza's not high on my plateau of things. So more sound effects, nice. Miss So likes it. There we go.
We've always had it. Just never got it to work well. But we did. Now it's working. Now it's working.
Wasn't that the Taco Bell to the border thing?
Yes, it is.
I love myself some Taco Bell. We can talk about Taco Bell food before the pizza. When I was a kid, you get 5 tacos for $1, and a Bell Beefer. I know you don't know what the hell that is, but I love myself a Bell Beefer. And they just reintroduced the Enchilito, and I loved myself an Enchilito when I was a kid. You can ask my mom on that one.
Oh, when I was a youngster back in the 90s, since I'm a Gen Xer, we had the Bigfoot pizza.
Oh yeah, I remember the Bigfoot pizza. I remember that one.
Pizza that was offered by Pizza. It was like it was a foot by 2 feet long, and me, I was sort of fit and very active in school sports, so I was able to finish one of those by myself. So that's what I always make.
We'll give you some sound effects, okay? This will be all sound effects show tonight for Miss So.
I have spoken.
Oh, there you go. You got it from Mike.
I have spoken. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah. If you live in the Bay Area, now I've been trying to con see, she remembers the Bigfoot pizza too.
This is also Gen X, like me.
Oh, I've been trying to con Red to come to the Bay Area to have a real pizza because the world's greatest pizza maker is in San Francisco, and his name is Tony Napolitano, and he has several restaurants in the Bay Area, but his flagship restaurant is in San Francisco on Union and Grant, and again, he's the best pizza maker in the world. You can Google this. He won the best pizza 9 years in a row, and his pizza's fabulous. So, I mean, I'll eat that pizza. And if you're in Vallejo, California,
pizza.
Sorry.
And if you're in Vallejo, I'm giving a plug out to my favorite pizza here in Vallejo, only in Vallejo, the 7th dangerous city in California.
Next to Oakland.
Next to Oakland. Oakland is the 5th. The 5th. 7th, 5th. So I think Stockton is number 1.
It's up there. It's tough.
I think it's number 1. I think it's number 1 or number 2 because I think it goes Stockton, Compton, or Compton, Stockton, one of the two, but that's beside the point. But
breaking news. Mike says Stockton is number 1 in crime.
Yeah, but Napoli's Pizza in Vallejo is pretty damn good.
No, I'll try to make a trip out there soon. All right.
Please.
Now,
Please.
I want to make sure that you're okay and the swelling is down and you're able to eat the bad shit that you're not allowed to eat. Okay?
I can have a slice.
That's not fun.
I can have a slice. Well, Tony's pizza is really small anyway. It's only like this. It's like grandma's pizza. It's shaped all like this, and it's not round. It's not square.
You don't want a small pizza. You don't look like a guy who's gonna chop out one slice.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll have a 2 slices and a Pepsi. How's that?
2 slices of Pepsi. I think you need a whole half a pie, deep dish style, and
then we go to Zachary's in Pleasant Hill, our Berkeley. Yeah.
Well, Pie Day is coming up.
Pie Day's coming up. Yeah, I know that.
Today is what? Mario Day? Today is Mario Day.
Yeah. I can't do the voice. Sorry. It's a Mario. That's as good as it gets.
That's all you get. Huh?
Do you got a button there that does Mario?
Find one. I mean, I haven't really.
Hello, it's me, Super Mario on the.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, there's a couple of bad ones. I gotta look at.
Wow, that blew my eardrums out. Wow.
There's some bad recordings on this, so I have to go clean up the favorites.
Yeah. So, Miss So, let me ask you, when it comes to Marvel movies or DC movies, what's your opinion? I'm asking you, Miss So, because we would like your opinion, because you're a different perspective, because you are a woman and you are from the Midwest and the flyover states. We want the flyover states to.
Yes. Do you feel it's run its course? Do you think that it's just really that they're just in it for the studios are in it just to make money and do not give a shit about the source material? They're just more fans.
I think they're in it to just make the toys and sell the toys because they make more money selling toys. Crickets.
I'm thinking toys when it comes down to the Hasbro products and the Transformers and soon to be the G.I. Joe. But when it comes on the Marvel, I think the Marvel machine has been, and so is DC.
Well, have you been to Disneyland lately? If you go to Disneyland, they have a whole section of Marvel rides and stores to just sell the toys. It's not just T-shirts. It's actually the action figures and whatnot. I was in Disneyland not too long ago, and I was surprised how much Marvel the mouse had there. And the mouse had quite a bit. They took Bug's Life completely away and made that all the Marvel campus. Some of the MCU movies are great, but they're terrible. I don't understand why.
Okay,
she agrees with us.
Yeah, well, the House of Mouse is always going to have swag in order to get more stuff from the IP that they own. That's automatic.
Yeah, so that's why I think they're just plugging it out just to make a toy so they can sell it at Target or Walmart or wherever you get your toys nowadays. There's no more Toys R Us. Oh, I take that back. There is Toys R Us. It's at Macy's on the top floor now.
Yeah, well, or some kind of section in the corner if it's a single floor Macy's. But whatever they're going to license out, they're going to make a certain percentage of money profit from it. And then manufacturer is also going to be cheap because it's all coming from China and Vietnam. There's always room for that kind of marketing within their movie, but does it make the movie better with their products? Absolutely not. But it keeps the kids excited because then it's like, okay, now they see Spider-Man No Way Home, and now it's like I got to get all the toys, I have to get all the Funkos, I have to get the Marvel Legends.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. I believe that to be the truth because when DC usually doesn't have their toys. McFarlane makes all the DC toys, and then now McFarlane makes like the movie toys now. I mean, and he's even gone back to make like the Penguin from the second Batman movie that Tim Burton made. There's a whole line of like Tim Burton McFarlane toys that are coming out. So I think that's what they're doing. And I'm sad. I'm sad to see that.
Well, WB, the WB and Discovery Machine is now. It's like, okay, we're gonna license all this stuff out, especially from the previous films that we've done. We're gonna make more money off of it. That way, they can milk it. So that's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing the legacy stuff on new toys. They all reminisce and remember the old Tim Burton and
again, who's buying those toys? Not a 9-year-old boy.
The guys with money, the virgins with money right here. The virgins with money, okay?
Yeah, right. And just to let you know, when you're having a stroke, see how my hand looks like in the video? That's what a stroke looks like while you're having it. So if anyone's out there having a stroke and they see like this kind of line, like motion, like you can see the hand, but you can see all the other zigzag lines going through, that's what it looks like when you're having a stroke.
Yeah, usually when my hand does that, I'm doing this.
Ding, 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 ding.
Score one for Ryan.
Yeah.
Score one. Score one.
Yeah. That's a point. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this improv shit.
You're doing great, man. You're hitting the buttons right on time. Hitting the buttons right on time. So yeah,
I'm honest. Never ask a woman her age or her weight. That's the thing. Like I'm surprised Miss So is really honest with us about her age.
I'm glad to hear that, Miss So. I'm glad. That's nice. And I'm glad you're laughing because we're not trying to be funny. We're just being ourselves. So
you're so immature.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? If I acted my age, I could have more gray hair than I have. Jesus Christ, I have enough.
If you know you're over the hill when you start finding gray hairs in your pubes, right?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Because I know I have it right here in my nose hairs and my mustache and beard, but down here.
Yeah, me neither. I have to say, me neither.
It's just colorful down there.
I don't have any here yet. I'm waiting for them to come here. In my eyebrows. I don't have any in my eyebrows. I only have it here and on the sides of my head.
Yeah, and you start growing longer hairs in your ears and then all over your body, right? There's gray hairs there. But the last ones that get grays is the bird's nest down there.
The chimichanga?
The chimichanga, yeah. The people strudel, as our friend Steve would say.
Do you smell what I'm cooking? Yeah. So, yeah.
It's pretty,
I just hate The Rock. That's why,
How dare you? How dare you?
I mean, as rich as powerful as he is now, to go back to the WWE is just a sin.
Well, he's I don't think
I know he's part owner, but still, to go back as a wrestler, come on. Well, the guy's worth $400 million or $300 million.
It's the whole Vincent Kennedy McMahon. What do you call it?
Rape stuff.
Not rape stuff, but he was selling off a secretary for sexual favors to one of his staff, and then he was also. She was also his mistress, and granted, when you find someone like that and you're really sexually promiscuous because you've been divorced already, so you have a little bit of freedom. So yeah, you're gonna want. I'm making this worse.
Yeah, you are. That's why I'm not saying nothing. I'm letting you die with this one.
It's worse, but yeah. If he's the one that will share what he has. That's like, I don't know, man.
Share what he has. I don't know. I wouldn't want to have anything he has.
You're gonna
except his
share.
money.
You're gonna share a woman where everybody else is like, man, that you're making yourself out to be a pimp. You're pimping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's
why-
exactly what he is.
That's why he's gone from WWE.
Disqualified.
Exactly. There we go. Where's Ice-T at when we need him?
I need to go look for another one of those. I'll send you the link, that way you can make your own soundboard.
Okay.
Too.
All right. No problem.
Pretty much this whole window, what we see in the StreamYard, will have a multitude of sound effects. Not just the shit we have in it. Like, this is one that E-Man made for me every time I kind of get out of hand.
I like it.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in one of our what do you call it? The toolbox here. We're gonna add more to that as we grow. We've been saying that for the past 4 years.
Well, because we're juveniles, that's why we don't grow. Hey, Red, I didn't ask you? Did you make it to Stockton Con? I mean, Sacramento Con or
I
Anime Con or whatever it was there.
I had a bout of food poisoning because I was eating Indian food on Friday, and then the day I had other stuff going on, so I took the old folks out to eat. You know,
that was nice. That was nice. Good job.
But those guys I'll probably see, because I wanted to see Derek Robinson, who is the co-creator of The Boys, also James O'Barr, who wrote Andrew the Crow. But I will see them again at another convention soon. So
aren't they big money guys? Don't they ask for a lot of money to do what they do? Aren't those two big money guys?
Yeah, they are. But they're not commanding Stan Lee numbers.
Well,
Stan Lee or Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane. They're still known, but they don't ask for like an exorbitant amount of fuck you money in order for them to put their stuff out there. These guys are reasonable. They're indie creators at heart, and especially with Derek Robinson, he's already getting money from The Boys.
Yeah, he's getting a ton of money for The Boys.
Yeah, he was writing and drawing for New Warriors, and then he had his own title in early or late 90s, late 80s, early 90s. So, I mean, these guys have come up through the ranks as far as the whole history of the comic game. What does Miss So say? What movies coming up are you guys looking forward to?
Oh, good question. I like it. You mean Marvel or just anything? Oh, welcome. E-Man from E-Man's World of Geek has joined us, and a member of the C-List Villains.
Breaking news, E-Man has joined us.
Live from Kosovo, E-Man is in the house.
Kosovo. I don't even think you know where Kosovo is.
Kosovo is old school Yugoslavia, Slavic nation, all those areas.
Look at you.
I'm not a young. Oh my God, he found a goddamn soundboard.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And he's doing a great job with it too.
I figured out how it works.
I'm so scared for this channel now. There it is. None of us were in the military, by the way. Look at this one over here is doing it with his left hand. Oh my God, we're so broken. Jesus, what's going on here?
Should we take our shirts off now?
Oh my God. Hello, fellas. Mike.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I've been dying to ask this because I don't know anybody, and I have one or two friends, maybe three friends at the most, have never been in a Weemo. And I seen your Instagram post in a Weemo. I think I would be shitting my pants in that thing. Were you scared at all, or were you not at all, or was it a pleasurable event or what not? Please tell me, because I want to know. I really want to know.
Okay, so what Mike is talking about, you guys, is this week my cousin ordered a Waymo in San Francisco, which is another ride share that we have in the Bay Area. It's still in its infancy. It only has a few block radius that it can go. So what you do is you order it like any other Uber. They come by, they pick you up, they take you to your destination. Major difference. This is a driverless car. There is no driver. It is all AI. It is all robotic. It has like these spinning cameras all around the car. I think it has like eight to 12 cameras.
And it's a Jag too, correct? It's a
And
Jag.
it is a Jaguar 5-person SUV. So I went ahead and recorded it and posted it on my Instagram. Follow me, E-Man's World of Geek on Instagram to see that. And yeah, sure enough, it picked us up, took us to our destination. And honestly, it was just another, the way it felt like it was just another car ride. But the fact that there was no driver, it was all AI leading the way, was the fascinating part about this. So it took us exactly to where we needed to go. No issues. It was as if someone really was driving. Like there was an Uber that parked right in front of it to pick up its passengers. The Waymo was like, fuck this. It made like a hard right into the next lane over and then scoot up. It was the funniest thing. We're like, oh my God, this too also has no patience. It's not waiting for anyone. It's screw this.
News has no patience.
Zero patience. But it was
Were
really
you
cool.
afraid or at all?
Not at all. The reason why is because the Waymo garage station where all the Waymo Jags are parked literally in front of my job. Like we see the Waymo cars coming out all the time. And then on top of that, we actually see drivers driving the Waymo around. So that way the Waymo picks up certain habits and knows what certain drivers are doing. It's not going to have like a real instinct like any other human driver, but it's going to do the basics. So for now, Waymo is only doing certain areas of San Francisco, like a very small fractional part of San Francisco. And now they're going to start moving into freeways pretty soon, like within the next year. It's just going to take a couple of freeway exits. It's not going to have a really big radius. But so far, man, it was pretty cool. However, I'm going to tell you now, a lot of people don't like the fact that there's Waymos around because we had people flipping the car off, saw the car. They're like,
I actually read and seen that people have been putting those orange cones in front of it because it doesn't. I guess the camera is at a certain height and it doesn't see the orange cones, and then it stops and it doesn't move, like it like cripples it. Yeah. I heard people have been doing that into those Waymos, but I'm assuming that didn't happen to you because you made it your destination just on time.
Yeah, and I did see cones along the way. I'm like, okay, well, I heard about this, and I actually did. It did everything fine. Of course, there's still a lot of programming and it's still in its infancy, but it was enough to be able to take certain people around certain areas. It's not going to cover all of San Francisco just yet.
My car today, I saw a robot waiter today. So,
really?
I've seen robot waiters already. At Hot Pots. Like if you go to a Hot Pot spot,
you can see places around town now have robots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skynet's happening soon.
Yeah.
And Miss So, you're right. How do you carjack that expensive car? Yeah.
So a couple of things that have already happened with the Waymo Jags is that people have actually broken into them and set them on fire. Like it's happened at night. There's other situations where the Waymos ended up going down this one street and there was like a software glitch and there was more Waymos that just came from behind and just parked in the middle of the road and kind of blocked the area. Wow. There's also videos of the Waymo stopping for no reason right in front of a fire truck. And the fire truck's like, dude, like move. And the person's like, I can't. It's a driverless car. So there's still a lot of kinks to work out with the Waymos, but not gonna lie, it was actually pretty cool. Yeah, it's a Jaguar, Miss So. No, not yet. There's a certain human element that you still need for certain things. A longer ride, I would still take like an Uber Lyft. A shorter ride, that's probably going to take, a 20-25 minute walk. I would take a Waymo, to be honest with you. Yeah, they have had robot waiters for a few years now. Yes and no. AI does learn, and they are learning, and I'm using AI for a lot of stuff at work, but it's not a replacement. I use it as a tool to enhance, as opposed to using it as a replacement. Like if they have Waymos and they're running AI, it's cool, like I said, for short distances, but I wouldn't trust it to take me like, I don't know, like deep dark holes of some alley.
Let me ask you this,
I'll be
because
back.
you just took one. You work in SF.
Yeah.
You live in Oakland. Would
Yeah.
you take it across the Bay Bridge?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust it in traffic just yet. Not like that. There's
Hasta la vista, baby.
God damn it. God damn it, Red. Yeah, see, they use it as a tool. I'm very much okay with using AI as a tool, Miss So, but I'm not okay with using it as a replacement. Like AI art, I'm not cool with, but at the same time,
didn't you use your AI art for your animation in your intro now?
I was
We lost his.
gonna no, not my intro, but I did create. Oh, check 1 2. No,
There it is.
You're back. You're back.
Yeah.
Back.
Oh, that was weird.
I thought that was your new intro that you posted on IG.
No. That little thing that I created, it was just a template that I used from TikTok. So that was a pretty cool thing. Pretty cool template. Let me mess around with this.
Yeah.
And even at that, that Red has this much power, I'm very uncomfortable with.
I love it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's like
this is insane.
like a 6-year-old with a new toy from Toys R Us. I think it's great.
I pushed the button.
You don't push the button. I push the button. Water go down the hole.
Since you just joined us, we were talking about superhero movies, Marvel movies, DC movies. We were talking about, I don't know if you were listening, that how they're just chugging them out and throwing them out like spit on the sidewalk. So what is so we had Red's opinion, we had my opinion, we had Miss So's opinion, but we didn't have E-Man's World of Geeks opinion. So let's hear it.
I like how Bob Iger was like, you guys need to calm the fuck down. Like, we're going to have to bring this back to basics. They were chugging them out. They were putting stuff out. It was just after Endgame. It's almost like they didn't have direction. Feige had a vision, but they weren't getting the directors behind the scene to actually create something that was really worth it. Feige had ideas, but people weren't executing them well, like they did in the Infinity Saga. Some things came out okay. Loki was fine. I thought Hawkeye was fine. I thought Moon Knight was okay. Movie-wise, I don't think there's been a movie that's been good in these new phases. Were they chugging them out? It was a cash grab.
So you agree with the three of us. I agree that they were making them make toys because they were making more money selling toys than they were doing anything else. Yeah. So yeah.
It was a total cash grab. Like, the quality has gone down completely. I just watched The Marvels this weekend.
And
5.5 out of 10.
You gave it higher than I gave it.
5.5 out of 10. There was a lot of things in there I had problems with. There was a lot of things. A lot of things. It was just, they tried to cram way too many things into it, and it just wasn't executed well. All right. The story behind how all three of them were using their powers and then switch. And then all of a sudden there was a time when they were all using their powers, but they weren't switching.
But they weren't even using the right powers. That was the problem. Rambo, Miss Marvel doesn't have those powers. So, and Miss Marvel doesn't have those powers. I mean, so they all had the wrong even powers. So that's why I had the power.
Now, it's not to say that it had its good parts. Now, I'm a father, and I'm a father of I'm a child of immigrant parents. And I have to say that because Ms. Marvel's parts and her family parts, I freaking adored. It was adorable. It really was. It was cute. We needed that cutesiness. I loved her TV show. It was very fun. It was very family oriented. I liked the idea of, the immigrant parent raising the American child. Like, that's what was happening. They didn't understand, but they were also not like, too hung up on like their old traditions. They were very progressive for a an immigrant family, and I really enjoyed that. And they were funny. They were the comic relief. The Ms. Marvel parts of this movie, I will watch this movie again just because of her.
But can't you say that same thing for Blue Beetle? Blue Beetle's the same mix of immigrant family.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
They tried so hard with George Lopez though.
George Lopez is past his prime. Like he didn't understand that he needed to slow it down, and it's okay to take the back seat.
Hold on, breaking news.
George Lopez is past his prime.
According to Adam Schefter, 49ers plan to release Eric Armstead.
Eric Armstead. I just saw that right now before I came on. Shit. Look, I don't want to talk 49er news, especially in front of Mike. I just can't. Okay. I'm traumatized. I don't want to talk. I'm serious. Like, I really don't want to. Mike's going to totally win. And it's going to get under my skin. I don't want to do this.
No. I promise I won't say anything. I have spoken. I won't do anything. I won't say anything about the 49ers.
So going back to the Marvels. The Marvels is worth a watch only for
Iman Vellani?
Marvel's Iman Vellani's parts. Like, they were adorable. Monica Rambeau, she was okay.
Yeah, the little sing and dance at the one water planet was.
I hated that so much. That was
what was that all about?
Fucking stupid.
No, that's part of the book. They had that planet in the book, and they had that kind of customs. Why are you looking back there? What's he seeing?
What are you looking for?
Hold on, someone came into the garage. I don't know who it is.
Oh, that's where you were at your garage. I thought that was your other room in your house.
No, it's the other room called the garage.
Where's the car?
Oh no, it's outside, parked outside. The water planet dance Bollywood. I hated that so much.
The villainess was
dumb.
Well,
I hated her.
It was underwhelming.
She was. That was poor casting. Was that?
I hate when they put a villain that nobody knows. If you're gonna have a comic book movie with the IP, there's so many villains in the DC universe and the Marvel universe. Even they didn't have to have the right villain. They could have just stick a villain in there instead of some made up villain.
What I don't like is that we're finding out that a lot of these writers, directors, producers are told or are not reading the source material. Now don't get me wrong. Like,
who said
I like how. Well, yeah.
Who said that? Drop names. Let's have.
We saw videos. Even Taika Waititi was like, nah. Like, I'm not even supposed to tell you guys, but I don't read Thor. What's going on, Ferdy? Ferdy's in the house. Look at that, coming by.
Bird,
the nerd. The fact that they were told not to read like any of the source material, I'm just like, man, like I like the attempt of being creative, but at least understand the characters too. Because even though I liked Thor and Ragnarok, I understand that wasn't Thor from the comics, and there's a certain element of the source material you need to have in these books or in these movies for them to work.
Absolutely, there's no question about it.
Kind of didn't need a Shakespearean Thor. We got it from the first two movies. Then they went with lighthearted Thor for the next two. So maybe he's going back to Dark Thor in this iteration with the
I hope he goes to Thor Odin. Thor Odin. I mean
he's gonna fight Hercules. That's a given. So it's
the
good.
Writers never read anything. I don't understand why. Me neither. They would have to read the book for a book adaptation. Why not at least skim the comics? Yeah, exactly.
Look at the pictures. You don't even have to read.
So I got into a conversation this weekend about Thanos and who he was in Endgame and in Infinity War compared to who he was in Infinity Gauntlet. Now, to be honest, I thought Josh Brolin and the writing for Thanos in the movies was great. I thought it was. I liked that Thanos versus the Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet, because Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet was a 16-year-old boy trying to impress the popular girl.
Well, that's what the whole thing was about. This 16-year-old boy trying to impress the popular girl, and the popular girl was dating the football star.
Yeah.
So
I get it, and I get how people are just like, I love the Infinity Gauntlet. I read the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's cool. But that version of Thanos, I felt like he was a little bitch. Like he really was. Like, oh my god, I need you to love me. I'm gonna kill this person. Love me again. Oh yeah, well, I'm
Well,
gonna
not
do
kill this
this.
person, kill half the
I mean,
planet.
some stories
I
work
hated
out in
that.
movie form.
I hated that. But how they changed him around in Infinity War and or in Endgame and Infinity War, I thought that was fucking genius. I really did. Like his beliefs in the movies, I felt were more believable than his beliefs in the Infinity Gauntlet comic.
Yeah, it's more
just
rooted
me.
in the world.
But they still took elements from the Infinity Gauntlet. They even read the Infinity Gauntlet. They took ideas from Infinity, which was great. In movies after Endgame, they didn't take any ideas from anything. Like they had some of the basics down, like with Moon Knight, they had the basics down. I just don't think that
It
the
wasn't
choices.
executed well with Moon Knight, but with Loki, I think there was.
Loki was fantastic too.
But the actor himself was, invested in it. So
See, Oscar Isaac, I think he was instructed to and attempted to take it in a different direction. Now, I'm not going to knock him for it, but I think the bad writing for Moon Knight should have been better. I don't think it was bad, but I don't think it was good. It was mid tier. It was kind of meh.
I think they wanted to introduce the whole culture of it first before moving into the actual character development, and that's what kind of dragged the first couple of episodes, having to instill that. Plus the fact that this guy's supposed to be schizophrenic, you're kind of juggling a bunch of balls up in the air in order to make a story good.
Bunch of different ideas, yeah. And another thing too is that, just pushing out the product, pushing it out as fast as possible, right? Pushing out as
well, again, pandemic, so everybody was home, so everybody wanted stuff to watch.
They wanted to release all 7 so they could watch it all at once.
And then plus they got behind because production got shut down because of the pandemic as well. So
not just that, but we also had the writer strike and the actor strike too, right? And that kind of like played a big role in it.
Yeah, that helped us out with a good reset. That way they can now concentrate on something. And I want
now going into resetting, and I know this is kind of split down the middle. The end credits or the mid credit scene in Ms. Marvel. The mid credit scene
with X-Men.
Hold on, with Beast. Everyone saw that it was Beast.
It was Beast.
Now, all right, but I'm happy that they are taking the MCU in this direction with the whole multiverse. Now, I don't like that there's so many different verses and ways to get into the multiverse. I was hoping that there would be one cohesive multiverse way to get in, but there isn't. There's America Chavez. There is the time jumps, with Ms. Marvel. There's what happened with Doctor Strange in Spider-Man. There's just too many different ways to get into the multiverse.
The tree, the Loki tree now.
The Loki tree now, right? And everything was supposed to go back to the Loki tree and Kang, but the actor Jonathan Majors fucked up, and now they're not going to really pursue the whole Kang Loki storyline anymore. It's almost as if
they're gonna do it, but it's not gonna be Jonathan Majors. The funny thing is, they should just go back to the what's his face, I forgot the actor's name. The first one that played Roddy Rhodes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sugar Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane Mosley. No. What's his name?
Be the new Kang. If not, it'll be the guy from Fear the Walking Dead.
Next time.
Oh, you mean Lenny James?
No. Who's the first roadie?
IMDb notes.
I'm looking that up.
I see his face right now.
Yeah, I see his face. Terrence Howard. Yeah. So to answer your question, Miss So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and spoil the Marvels just because it wasn't that great of a movie, but it was fun in some aspects. Beast from the X-Men universe, I think it was Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, it's the Picard.
It's the first.
It's Patrick Stewart X-Men, not
Yeah. Yeah. So it is the original Fox X-Men, and they went ahead and opened up basically a different
Pandora's box.
space-time, a different space-time continuum using the bracelets that Miss Marvel had, the Kamala Khan. Now the story behind the bracelets I didn't really like. I was really hoping that there would be more of something else to it, but it felt very rushed. So going into that right there's just too many different ways to go into the multiverse where I felt like it should have stuck with just one way, even though we have Loki to kind of explain that there are many different multiverses and that there's ways to get in them. I just felt like there was just too many. Maybe sticking to one or two different ways to get into it. Cool, let's do it. But I also do really enjoy, and I was really hoping that they would introduce the X-Men as a multiverse storyline.
Which we'll
So
probably
then,
be getting at with Deadpool, but I thought there was supposed to be a connection with the Bengals to the 10 Rings with Shang-Chi.
that's what I was hoping too, was that the Bengals and the 10 Rings did have some kind of cosmic connection. Seems like a weird cameo. Is this character involved in Ms. Marvel comics at all? I'm not 100% sure about that. However, in the comics recently, we do know that Kamala Khan converted from being an Inhuman to a mutant. So there's that connection. Kamala Khan is in the comic book, and in the TV show. At the end of her show, they noticed that her DNA had a mutation. And when Marvel says something like that, it's kind of like, oh, that we're alluding to a mutant, and you're allowed to say the word mutant because you own it now.
The current run of Miss Marvel has confirmed that she is now a mutant. And then there's another, I guess, that just came out last week, which is co-written by Iman Vellani for the Miss Marvel series. So I haven't read it yet, but we'll probably dive into that next week.
You know what? I read someone had. I don't think it's Miss Marvel's. It was like an Avenger book, wasn't it? But Miss Marvel was like the focus. I don't know. I'm probably talking out my ass. But I saw recently something with Miss Marvel in it, and it was like a really good read. People are people were really recommending that. I wanted to look into it. I don't know if it's an Ultimates book.
No, it's not. It's not. The Ultimates book right now is just centered around the Spider-Man and Black Panther.
The Black Panther? Okay. So overall, I think Marvel is doing, or MCU is doing too much. Kevin Feige lost control. Bob Iger's back in to kind of, steer the ship back right. There's a lot of.
I think he just gets overwhelmed.
No, I think he lost control. But Feige just allowed too many things to happen without any guidance.
Well, so, they let him have the leash and he hung himself. Basically, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can't say that about Madam Web.
I haven't seen it,
but that's
not MCU.
That's
not Feige.
I know, but that's a hockey puck itself too.
Oh man, that was a shitstorm.
What a hockey puck that was!
I haven't even seen Morbius. Now that it's on Disney Plus.
Don't even waste your I'm gonna give
Morbius.
Your
Morbius a time. I'll give Morbius a chance.
I mean, Mark.
Watch Morbius as a horror movie. Don't watch it as a superhero movie because it's not.
Yeah,
who do you guys think should be running the ship for MCU movies? I think Feige should still continue running the ship, but I think Bob Iger is going to start keeping him in check like he did before.
What, having 3 premieres,
quality over quantity. Yeah,
that's going to take longer to develop a film.
The fact that now we have the X-Men and it's already confirmed that the X-Men are multiverse characters, I think we can do more of a soft reset by focusing on their universe and having them jump between, like how Gwen does with Spider-Verse, with the Spider-Verse universe, because all these Spider-Verse, Fox, MCU, they're all going to be tied together because of one event.
I think Secret Wars is the movie that's going to tie everything together.
Yeah. Well, it's also Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, but that's been pushed back even further because of the situations now. So, I mean, they can switch out.
Casting is fine. They're just writing.
They just need to keep the same story. But here's the thing, though. It's like you're getting ambitious again, and you're trying to push out King Dynasty. It was supposed to come out by 2026. That's just a couple of years away. things are not set up for King Dynasty just yet. Not properly.
We just cast the members of Fantastic Four, so that's gonna play into it.
And the fact that Fantastic Four is going to be set in the 60s is fine. I like that, but in the whole MCU universe, where were they when the shit was going down in New York? Where were they?
Another dimension is what I'm assuming.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that now they're going into they have to do a reset.
So if they're gonna do the Fantastic Four in the 60s, they're gonna have to start out with the original villain, Mole Man. But they're not gonna do that. They're gonna put Doc Doom in there.
That'll be Doc Doom. Here's my problem with the Fantastic Four in the 60s, and it has everything to do with Pedro Pascal. The guy's a great actor. The guy is a great choice for many roles. I'm sorry.
Not for
I'm
Reed Richards.
sorry. Not for Reed Richards, because he's a Latino in the 60s, and they were not treated very well, just like any minority was in the 60s. Though I understand in the 60s we had the X-Men comic book come out, and it was supposed to be the whole inclusive. It was it was not a satire, but just another dimension of looking at racism.
But if you're old as I am, you remember the Fantastic Four had a bully called the Yancey Street Boys who actually bullied the Thing. So there was bullying then there too, because the Thing was same as me, a Jew. It wasn't because was made of. It wasn't because he was orange and made of bricks. It was because he was a JEW.
It's okay to say Jew. We're not saying it in a bad way.
No,
it's not a derogatory term.
I am one. So
okay, it's okay. Especially you. You should be able to.
You're Jewish.
You're Jewish, kind of Jew.
Boom shakalaka!
Ish.
Oh my God! Shut up, man. He found it. He's been looking for a soundboard literally for about 4 years, and he found one. Now
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
So there's a whole lot going on right now in the movie world, right? A lot is happening. Sony's fucking up, but they're doing good with the animated version. MCU's fucked up, but what are they going to do? Well, what are they going to do to right the ship, right? We've already been introduced to different dimension X-Men now, and now we're kind of getting like, all right, cool. This is probably how they're going to move forward with the X-Men story. It is another universe, which I'm hoping that they do with the Fantastic Four. And then another thing that I saw earlier tonight, which was really interesting, someone posted, James Gunn was asked, does Peacemaker happen after Superman Legacy? James Gunn has officially gone on X, formerly known as Twitter, as saying, well, Peacemaker isn't canon, so no. But technically, Peacemaker does happen after Superman.
I thought they were doing another season of Peacemaker.
They are.
So they are.
Is directed to or connected to Justice
the DCU.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we did have the Justice League at the end of Peacemaker. Some of them did show up. I think Momoa showed up, right?
Yeah.
Everybody.
So
but
now James Gunn has gone on saying that Peacemaker season 2 is going to be canon with the DCEU, and season 1 isn't going to be canon with the DCEU. So now when Peacemaker comes out, though it's by the way, Peacemaker 1 was like one of the best TV shows ever created. I absolutely loved Peacemaker 1. People who don't know anything about the DCU can actually watch it. Mimi watched it. My girlfriend watched it. She didn't know shit about the DCU. Fucking found that shit hilarious. She loved
because it was hilarious.
It was great.
Hilarious.
It was well written. It was well executed. That's why. So now Peacemaker season 2 or Peacemaker season 1, not canon with the DCU with James Gunn's world. Peacemaker season 2 is. My God.
It's not okay. It's okay to not like somebody.
It's okay, Miss So. We still love you. No, Mark, not yet. I had a lot of things going on this weekend. I might be able to watch it next week, actually. What sucks is that over here, Mark, here in the Bay, all of the big screens, all of the IMAXs, all of the Dolby screens, they're all booked up. Like if I'm going to watch Dune in the movie theaters, I'm going to have to watch it like in a regular movie theater with regular surround sound. Basic as film too. It sucks. It's terrible. I'm so upset with myself.
First world problem.
Exactly. It really is. It really is.
I can't watch Doom. I can't watch Doom.
You failed, Mark.
Mark, just for you. Wait, left hand.
I got the right hand this time.
Is that going to be the thing now? Is that going to be the thing? Taco Bell?
That's Taco Bell,
Mark,
exactly.
Mark, I promise you, Mark, I will watch it. I will watch it, and I'll give you my honest opinion. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to watch Dune 1 tonight, just to kind of refresh my mind.
What's the square mean? I don't get the square.
What's square? No, he's doing the same thing.
Oh, that's a salute, a square?
It's a salute. It's not a square, it's a hand.
Oh, really? It looks like a square to me.
Your young eyes are failing you, young Jedi. Yeah. Hey. You're Jewish, not Asian. Okay, stop.
Let's try to get a better shot.
Oh man. So yeah. So there's a couple of pretty cool things that I saw over the weekend, at least. James Gunn saying that.
Now we're gonna switch it up there, buddy. Have you been watching the new Walking Dead? Those who love live. Have you been watching it?
No.
Oh, I'm ashamed of you.
There's too much going on. I can't watch.
Forget Doom. Watch that. It's on TV. You can't mix it. Red.
I was elected to lead, not read.
We got breaking news.
Hold on. Breaking news. Red, go.
Breaking news. E-Man did not watch Walking Dead.
You gotta let him finish it. We just need to be quiet and see what he's gonna say. No, I don't watch Walking Dead. Yeah, exactly. None of that right there.
You gotta watch it. This new show is fabulous.
I'm sure it is, but I fell off.
Back around when he has time. Don't worry, there's no pressure on that.
We'll see how. There's just too much. I'm starting to catch up on some stuff. Like I'm reading.
Pretty much, we're hitting our hour mark here.
I'm reading comics again, so it's like I'm starting to catch up on things.
Then you're with my book.
All right, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's it for this show.
Whammy. Well, I'm glad I was able to at least catch like part of the show with you guys.
Yeah, we're glad you came on and took it over.
Yeah, in summation, the whole discussion of comic book movies losing their steam. I mean, we can all agree to disagree that it's either it's still going strong or it's getting really watered down.
It's watered.
Bunch of hooligans. Look at this. So
we can still enjoy it and still get it, even though we got to wait a little bit longer. I think there's a 50-50 shot.
I just love how you finally fixed Miss So's thing. I was like, oh man, we're gonna be able to.
Me
talk
too.
about
I love Miss So much.
I found the secret.
Shit. God damn it! Him and his soundboard is gonna be.
You got to do that Stop Red one again. I love that one the best.
That one's good. Where is it? Oh, I don't have. Yeah, right here. Love it. I love it. So I'm starting to come back around. So I'm starting to fight my own demons that I'm finally showing up on the show. So we're gonna try to get a couple of interviews. We still have a couple of them in my back pocket that I'm gonna try to bring forth.
Yeah, I gotta follow up on a couple this week.
Yeah.
I got a couple too.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I have a mail call video coming up. Actually, surprisingly, I have a pretty cool
mail call.
Yeah, got a mail call video coming up.
You can close off the show with your show and tell real quick if you want to do that.
No, we're not. I'm saving that for my.
However, you're too good for us.
However, I will say this. So so there's this Optimus that I got, and this is actually really supposed to be Ultra Magnus, right? This is Ultra Magnus's toy before he gets like the whole setup. This weekend at TFCon, Transformer Con in Anaheim, they announced finally that this guy's Ultra Magnus like suit, like the trailer's finally coming out after a couple of years. So Transformer fans who have this particular figure would now be able to get the actual Ultra Magnus complete suit for this. So when that thing gets released, I'm only gonna be down to like one Optimus, but I'm also gonna have the Ultra Magnus with him. So
don't forget the what was the other the opposite prime?
Nemesis Prime.
What?
Nemesis Prime?
Yeah, Nemesis Prime. Yeah,
or Scourge. Like there's two evil Optimuses. Optimuses. Optimusi.
That might be
Optimi.
Yeah. There was Scourge, and then there was Scourge, and then there was Nemesis Prime. Yeah. I actually I want to get this version of both Nemesis Prime and Scourge too, because like I like these designs. These are supposed to be like the master print designs or something like that, but these are like the third party ones.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Takara Tommy's a brand.
No, it's not Takara Tommy. It's third party. It's someone else. Yeah, they took the designs and actually went with it. They're pretty dope. So I actually like third parties better than like Takara Tommy, just because I feel like the build is just so much better.
Oh, remember the first ones that we did have with the diecast ones only had one or two movements.
Red's got something else. Red's got something. I got ADHD for sure, but Red's like on a whole different level for sure. Skate. Thank you, Miss So. There are new Bride of Frankenstein toys at Walmart. I want them so bad, but I can't spend the money. All right. Priorities, and I get it. Hopefully you'll be able to get them in the future. I want you to get them, Miss So.
Well, Christmas is coming, Miss So.
And we're glad that we finally got that thing fixed with the comments. Maybe if there's anybody else affected by it, if they can't see their comments, let me know. That way I can go back to the app and fix it. Because when I upgraded to the YouTube Professional, or what they call it now, YouTube Premium. Yeah, I think kind of screwed something up.
YouTube Premium. Who has YouTube Premium?
I upgraded our account to YouTube Premium.
Did you really? Wow, dude, you're just hardcore.
I know, right?
I love it.
Hey, you need to edit. You need to edit some things, so maybe that'll help out better.
I'm editing other stuff. There's other stuff that I'm editing. There's too much editing going on.
Yeah.
One day, I promise.
Well, one day, 4 years in, one day we will grow.
One day.
We'll have more than dozens and dozens of fans.
Dozens.
And dozens
of fans. No, we have hundreds now.
Well, I didn't showing up, but
Mimi says hi, Red.
Hi, Mrs. Did she tell you about the thing I asked her on Facebook about getting a ring?
That was funny, by the way. That ring comment was hilarious. I hate you for it so much. Well, the Niners, apparently the Niners and maybe didn't get a ring. You know what, dude? Shut the hell up.
Breaking news: the Niners just traded away.
Shut up.
Brock Purdy.
Oh, thank you. She wanted to let me know while I'm on the air that she cooked the ribs in case I was hungry.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Let's go
for sharing with that.
I'm up here. E-Man, go get your ribs. Mike, go get your shot. I'm gonna go watch Walking Dead. Everybody, thanks for joining us on the show. Glad that we get to speak again and have Miss So on the text line and maybe soon on the actual screen. So yeah, we'll see us on Tuesday and next Sunday.
On a Tuesday.
All right, so we'll see you soon and have a good night. And for everybody,
peace, love, and cosplay.
Went out to vote this week. Thank you. I don't care who you voted for, but thank you for exercising your right. Anybody else?
That's it. That's all I got.
Said my bye.
You said you're bye. Okay.
I peaced out. Peace.
Later.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture.